I want to move a little bit from Karachi because the statistics in this country are frightening. 90% of the population of Pakistan suffer from waterborne diseases.
Yes.
And which means that while there are occasional instances where you have contamination of the kind you've had in Landi and in Hyderabad and Jamshedpur and all these, which is so bad that people die. That's an immediate result of contamination. But what about the slow deaths, especially amongst children, where you have someone who has dysentery or has diarrhea, cholera,
skin diseases, and these children grow up sick. They are sick. They will never grow into healthy adults because their basic foundation is bad. And most of the village people, if you go into the villages, you find people's hands with skin rashes and diseases. These are waterborne, stomachs bloated. This is all because most of the people of Pakistan are drinking unsafe water.
All the health research statistics shows that nearly 250,000 children are dying just because of watery diarrhea, which is rotavirus, which is E. coli, which is colon bacterial diarrhea, bacillary dysentery. And these are the kind of the common phenomena which is just because of the
but tell me something, you're working in the rural areas with your NGO. Now, how is the government's response been to these kind of tragedies?
I think it's pathetic response. They don't.
What do they do?
On first condition, they don't supply safe water. Secondarily, there is no healthcare delivery system to protect
Nobody
them.
supplies water in the villages.
There
is only in the cities is water supplied.
I think on the federal side, Prime Minister of Pakistan has launched a program, and you might be knowing that it's going slowly, gradually, it's going to cover the.
Now, what is
country.
That program going to do?
That program is meant for supplying certain equipment.
No, I understand that, but how is he going to clean the water?
They don't know, but they claim that within 3 years, 100% Pakistani would get the safe water.
But they don't know how.
In 56 years,
I think they're
going to distribute Nestle.
They are planned to install small filtration plants into the villages, or in one talaka. That is what has been the plan. But I'll take up the point from here, that is water being supplied and water being taken at your own. I think the time has come because the times of those springs and the clean running rivers or
it's all gone.
streams have gone.
It's all gone. There is no clean water now.
Water has to be supplied.
And treated water.
And for this, I think we have to have established the water authorities, maybe smaller units or like PHED departments. It used to be public engineering departments. You can now have water and sanitation departments in each talka, you can say, or in each town. Like in Sakhar, you may have a Sakhar, you require one in Sakhar, you require one in Larkana, you require one in Mirpur Khas, because these are the places where this population is.
Are they going to be doing this?
Is this
policy on the drawing board?
I think the national policy on the water supply and sanitation is on the board, and it is being drafted now. And there are certain recommendations, and this could be one of the recommendations.
But is it?
It is yet to be finalized, and the draft is to be finalized.
Now, who makes this water policy?
This is for the first time. I should appreciate this government that the Prime Minister has taken up this initiative of making a national policy on drinking water supply. I'm talking drinking water supply and sanitation. And this would be probably.
But who is he consulting for this?
I think at this moment the process which has been adopted is that they have certain few technical experts also with them, but then they have given this job to the provincial governments, and the provincial governments have gone to all the talukas, and those talukas, and after these talukas, and now they have come to the districts also. They have come to Karachi also, and they have taken a viewpoint, because Karachi has the talukas also. We have the goats also in form of
the rural areas. I live in one of them.
Rural areas. So it's a wonderful example of rural areas and a combination of urban population. So probably that is one thing. So one is that establishment of this water authorities instead of the PHED departments, because the knowledge is there. And second, the question was the expertise to be provided, and whatever those water and sanitation authorities are there, they have to be held accountable. I think probably of all these departments, in my personal view, of all the departments, this is the department which should be held accountable to the foremost.
Accountability
to the foremost.
But that's the key.
Accountability is the key.
It is dealing directly with the health of the people and in the life of the people. Maybe electricity failure or sewage gas failure, yes, that could be be pardoned for a while because of some technical mistake.
But I'm really interested to know who is making policy. Are they consulting groups like the Pakistan Water Partnership?
This I don't know. Well, I'm not in this policy.
This is a very good platform that has been launched now. There is the Pakistan Water Partnership, and we've come down to area levels. We are in the process of launching the Karachi Water Partnership, and we are trying to bring in all of you onto this platform to be able to bring in all the stakeholders, the suppliers, the users, the intermediaries, everybody in. To try and figure out what the problems are, to find solutions, short-term, long-term, and to bring in participation also of the civil society. That is also very important, like you said. Accountability must come in.
But what are the solutions that you are looking for?
Well, we are looking at all types of solutions. We are looking at solutions beginning from judicial use of water in your households, from agricultural use of water, changing the water using systems, practices of using water.
But for clean water, just to give people clean drinking water.
You know, it's
because it's very hard for people to boil their water. They're very poor. It involves using fuel.
But that is the basic necessity.
But
now,
what about
if the state is not supplying clean water, I would say the state is not supplying because that is a fact. Now, whoever might be the reason for it, but the state is not supplying, then it is up to the people to safeguard their own health. I mean, there is no two ways about it. Now, you're right, when people start boiling this using gas or wood, and it is expensive, then maybe it's up to the state to provide tablets or chlorine. Or
but are the tablets effective?
Tablets is effective, but it's expensive again, as their accessibility is an issue. So chlorination is the only method which should be promoted. Again, who is responsible for it?
But
the health department or water board?
Do you monitor water at different stages, points, or is it just at the pumping stations?
No. We do point at the pumping stations also, and from the households also, from the regular.
But what is the difference in the quality at the pumping station and then at the delivery point?
We have, I think there's a lot of difference, and for this purpose, the government of Sindh has come up with an initiative where at all these pumping stations, we will be inshallah installing about 100 to 140 filtration units basically, and they will be funded by government of Sindh. That is what.
So can I take you on to a little different side? Yes, okay, now we've talked about KWSB is not only the water supply, but it's also the sewage board. Okay, and if the sewage pipelines did not block up and flow back, you won't see the water stagnating on roads and things, and you may not have that water seeping out of those lines and contaminating the drinking water. Yeah. So what about that aspect? What are you doing to drain that water and of course treat it before you dump it into the sea, because that is even as bad because it's entering the food chain and we are eating it through fish. Yes, so what is happening on that score?
I think government is aware of this serious situation of the black pool which is being created on the beach of Karachi. We are very much aware of it, and we are in the process of
studying
it, and inshallah we'll be coming up with a solution. But you are absolutely right. In Karachi, what has happened is we have a combination of the open drains and the sewage lines. Right. That is one. The departments are there has been a total failure on part of the reorganizing the departments. The drainage is with some other department, the sewage line is with some other department, and
so the system is quite messed up. Another question, which is that I overheard some people talking, and there was this question of unauthorized dumping of sewage water in, say, the Nahr-e Khayyam. I mean, you know, this Nahr-e Khayyam, I keep thinking of Umar Khayyam, and then you go and stand over there and it stinks to high heaven. How does a huge, they're probably, yes, near Clifton, how do you dump 3 large, huge drains carrying hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of gallons of water into a Nahr-e Khayyam and say this is an illegal dumping?
It is not illegal dumping. I think whosoever said it's illegal dumping, because
you mean it's sanctioned?
No. I will tell you, because drainage is done through these natural drainage lines. This had been the procedure all over in the past, that these were known as these are natural trunk lines which carry out the drainage of the city.
This was the stormwater drains.
Okay, yes. No, the stormwater drains, I will tell you. But once the rains used to come,